like an open sewer, you know? It's full of filth and scum.
The film Taxi Driver, starring Robert De Niro, captures what New York was like in the 1970s. Dangerous and on the verge of bankruptcy. Hardly a magnet for hordes of tourists. Decades later, New York is now the U.S.'s #1 destination for international tourists and #2 among domestic travelers.
Last year, we welcomed about 63 million visitors. It generates about $65 billion in total economic impact. It generates more than 369,000 jobs every year. It is definitely an economic engine for New York City.
What turned things around was a drop in crime, the revitalization of Times Square into a more family-friendly destination, and the success of shows like Sex and the City, which featured New York prominently. Tourism took a hit after the terrorist attacks on 9/11 and suffered another blow after the global financial crisis. But since 2009, the number of visitors to New York has been rising. Not everyone is happy. Some residents have complained about the influx.
There is a volume of people and one really feels it, especially the last 2 or 3 years.
The massive increase in tourists over the past 10 years has exacerbated a long-time problem in the city, which is affordable rent.
Tourists often stay in Airbnbs, which critics say is taking homes off the market for residents and pushing rents higher.
Some are questioning whether New York City will become a victim of its own success, suffering the same fate as Barcelona, Reykjavik, and Dubrovnik, all cities that are experiencing over-tourism and where residents are pushing back.
Haywood says the city takes over-tourism seriously, but says New York is very different from other European cities grappling with too many visitors.
They're very small city centers that may be overrun by visitors, and they're just not designed to accommodate that. New York City is. I mean, we have 116,000 hotel rooms with another 20,000 on the way.
Nevertheless, it is a concern. To mitigate any future problems, the city is encouraging visitors to come in the off-season through various promotions. It is also marketing other less frequented areas like Brooklyn, Queens, the Bronx, and Staten Island to relieve some of the congestion in Manhattan. Whether this will be enough to shield New York from a problem plaguing other hot destinations is unclear. What we can say for sure is that New Yorkers, not known for being shy, will be the first to let us know. Karina Huber, CGTN, New York.